Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this vlog. This is the vlog in which I'm going to be reading the entire shortlist for the International Booker Prize. I'm so excited to be doing this vlog. It's always fun to do prize themed kind of reading vlogs, and I always do a ranking as well at the end of the video. But before we jump into the vlog, let me tell you about the books that I'm going to be reading. So the books that I'm going to be reading in this vlog are A Leopard Skin-Hat, Perfection by Vincenzo. I'm not actually going to say author names because I'm going to very quickly realise I can't pronounce any of them. Heart Lamp, and then Under the Eye of the Big Bird, and then two more that I don't physically own, and that is Small Boat and On the Calculation of Volume. So make your prediction now. Which one do you think that I'll enjoy the most out of all of these books, out of the 6, and which one do you think I'll enjoy the least? But without further ado, let's jump into the vlog. So I have actually already read 2 of the books that are in this vlog for the shortlist. Also, I did new wallpaper. Do you like it? I absolutely love it. So let me sit here and tell you a little bit about the 2 books that I've already read. And the first one I want to talk about is Small Boats. This one I read last month, or maybe even the month before. I was reading them before the actual long list was announced, or at least before the shortlist was announced. And I really enjoyed this one, but it's such a powerful and difficult read. This book is a book that is forcing you to look at your own complacency within the migrant crisis. It is from the perspective of a woman who is in the emergency Coast Guard kind of services on the French side of the Channel, and she gets a call about this dinghy, this boat that is going down in the middle of the Channel, and basically she for some reason decides to lie to this boat and say that they're on the English side and they need to ask the English for help, even though she knows, or she kind of does know, she doesn't know that they're on the actual French side and she should be sending people to help them. And it's such an interesting book that makes you feel so uncomfortable. I really enjoyed how it was written. It wasn't a 5-star read for me. It wasn't absolutely perfect, but I really did enjoy it. Although enjoy it is the wrong word. It made me distinctly uncomfortable, but it was a very excellent book. And I think it's so topical for right now, something that everyone should be reading. I would highly recommend that you do read it. So I was really happy that this one did get shortlisted. The other book that I had already read before the shortlist was announced is On the Calculation of Volume. And I think this one, maybe I just had too high expectations for it when I actually read it, because I'd seen that this was lots of people's favorite books. And so I was like, oh, this one's gonna be my favorite too. And then I think my high expectations kind of didn't let me enjoy it as much as I should have. Although I still really did enjoy this book. This one is basically a bit more of a speculative fiction, and you're following this woman as she kind of has slipped out of time, and she is just reliving the same day over and over and over again. And what I like about that, I like that anyway, that's a fun concept. I like time travel, I like Groundhog Day type things. But what I enjoyed most about this book is that it's actually more of an exploration about her and her husband and their marriage and kind of how she lives. But I just felt that it was a little bit short and it felt a little bit unfinished to me. So it just felt like it was just getting somewhere and then nothing ends up kind of being answered. And I just felt like it felt too short and too brief. And I now know, I didn't know at the time, but I now know that this is actually going to be a septology and there's 7 different volumes within this, which is insane. But I do still want to continue reading this, but I do think that that's probably why I felt like it was unfinished. So both of them ended up being around the 4-star mark for me. If I had to put one above the other, I'm not sure actually which one. I would say the more enjoyable read was On Calculation of Volume, but I would say the more important read is Small Boats. So not sure which one to put above, but they are kind of both on the 4-star read. So that's my initial take on the 2 books that I'd already read, but now I've got to read the rest of the shortlist. Hi guys, I'm gonna start the first book for this vlog right now. I'm not feeling well. I think it's gonna be a very horizontal day for me, hence why I'm in my pajamas. But I kind of want to bring a book with me to bed. And I have obviously 3 options for books, and I'm kind of in the mood Like the beginning of my last vlog, I started the first vlog. Sorry, I can't even speak today. My brain is not working because I'm in pain. But last time I started off a vlog by reading a whole book in a day, and I might try and do that today, like kind of take advantage of the day I have to be horizontal for. So I'm thinking, starting with one of these, I'm probably just gonna pick the one that has the least page count and go from there and try and read it in a whole day. So let's see which one that is. This is the one about the couple that is living in Berlin, like a millennial couple who seem to have a pretty lovely, perfect life. And I'm not sure what's gonna go on in this book. I've seen mixed reviews about it as well, but personally from reading the back, I'm quite excited. And also a Fitzcarraldo book has never let me down, which is why I felt quite confident buying this one. So let me start reading. I'll get like maybe 10% in and then give you my initial impressions. Okay, I am 30-ish pages in. It's gonna be more of a commentary about like this generation that they're talking about rather than this couple in particular, which I think is fine and it's interesting. I can already tell I don't think it'll be one of my new favorite books because I like to feel an emotional connection to characters, and this doesn't have characters, so to like as such. It doesn't have, you know, we don't know who Anna and Tom are, we don't know what they look like, we don't know anything about their personality other than the generation that they're from, and we know things about, generalized things about their lifestyle, if you get what I mean. So we're 30 pages in. I'm enjoying how it's written. I'm gonna be interested to see where it goes, so we'll carry on. Discomfort levels are still high, I won't lie, but we're gonna persevere and make the best of it. 40 pages in, so roughly 40%. I've managed to get up and I'm gonna have some breakfast, eggs and toast, which is delicious, and then I might have a go at getting dressed, but I will keep reading this book today, and I think I probably won't have any problem finishing it today. I've managed to get out of the house on my walk, feeling slightly better after some breakfast. I'm about like 60 pages into the book, so I'll probably finish it when I get home. Ignore that I've got oil in my hair, but the good thing about obviously not feeling well is you're like, oh well, I'll just like, you know, take time and just like read all day and enjoy myself. And then I was like, yeah, and then I'll vlog it. And then the bad thing about like not feeling well is this is going to be the least entertaining vlog ever because I've not been feeling well. And I've taken another turn, but I am going to sit down now and get another chunk through this book. Probably would take me about an hour to finish this off. My thoughts and opinions have stayed roughly the same. It seems much more of a commentary than anything else. It doesn't feel like a novel. It doesn't have characters and progression and that kind of thing. It's a commentary. I am enjoying the commentary, but it's nothing that I have not ever heard before about the millennial digital nomad life. And, you know, as someone in that age genre, or like slightly younger than these characters, I think, based on like kind of some of the markers of like the cultural things that are happening, it's like not super engaging to me to read about. So we'll see what I think about the end. But it's kind of hovering around like a 3-star read from me right now. But I'm holding out hope that something else is going to kind of be surprising and interesting by the end. It also might just be my bad mood infecting my opinion of this book because I'm not feeling well, so there could always be that, but it has kept me quite good company today and I will continue reading. Okay, it's much later. I have had a shower and I'm gonna sit and do some more reading now. We'll see how we go. I've not been doing very well with reading in this vlog today, but I probably will finish this tonight because I only have about 30-40 pages left. So I'm gonna read just for a little bit now. Morning guys, it is Easter weekend. I am feeling a little bit better than yesterday, to be honest, so thank God for that. And I did finish this book last night. Sorry about vlogging yesterday, I just was not doing very well. But today's a new day, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm gonna go out on a walk and then we're gonna start the next book. But firstly, my final review for this was about 3 stars. Like, it was an enjoyable read, but it felt too much just like a commentary, not even a character study, because there was no point in them being a couple. You know, they didn't have personalities, they weren't anyone to each other. It wasn't even about them being in a relationship. It was just them, it was kind of just looking at like the statistics of someone's life, kind of in a way, like looking at the bare bones, and there wasn't much emotion there at all. And then even the commentary itself, I wasn't that engaged with because, like I said, it's kind of like, it's not it's like 10 years older than my generation, I would say. So a lot of the stuff they were talking about, I had like vague like notions of, but haven't lived through myself. And then just like a lot of the ways they were talking about life, I don't know, like it just didn't really hit for me. And I think that if you were like this demographic or you lived through it, it would really hit for you. But I don't know if this is going to have that much like mass appeal other than being kind of like an interesting, like, oh yeah, that's interesting. But I don't know how, yeah, like I wasn't like completely, you know, bowled over by that, but it is interesting and like a very quick read. But then I've decided, and I've actually started reading the first few pages of it this morning, that the next book I'm going to be reading in this vlog is this one, A Leopard Skin-Hat. And this one is all about this man who's just referring to himself, or I guess themselves, I'm not sure if they're a man actually, as the narrator. And they have a friend called Fanny who struggles with some kind of like psychological disorders. We're like not sure what they are. And just in the first chapter of this book so far, the narrator has just been talking about how sometimes when Fanny puts on this leopard skin hat, he sees a glimpse of another person inside of her, and he like sometimes tries to communicate with that person. I think this one's going to be interesting. Like I'm already engaged with it. I read the first bit very, very quickly, and I'm going to take this one now and we're going to go on a little walk and go to the park, and I will continue reading a little bit. I'm going to get a coffee and go out in the sunshine and enjoy the Easter weekend, although I have to come home later and upload a video because I feel I need to upload a video definitely this weekend. So I'll do that later and get some work done. But for now, let's go out and enjoy the sunshine and start the next book of this vlog. Very, very exciting. This is the fit check. We love a book that matches, kind of. There's green and white, that's all I need. Hello geese, hello. I think they think I'm gonna feed them and I'm not. Look at this guy's feet. Oh my god. Look at these feet. They're like feathers. I didn't end up actually sitting in the park to read because although it looks like a nice day, it's a bit windy and a bit cold. But I do have another coffee now. And I'm gonna sit here on the sofa and do some work quickly, upload a video. And yeah, then have a lovely Sunday and get back to reading. Wait, it's not Sunday. It's Saturday. No, it's Friday. This is what happens with Easter. Like, I'm just like so confused. Have a lovely Friday bank holiday. That's what I meant to say. I'm making quite good progress with this book though. Let me see, how many pages in am I? I'm 20 pages in. And it's only like 130-ish pages. So I might finish this today, depending on how quickly I get everything else done. Speaking of, let's do some of that now. Okay, video is uploaded, but that took me so much longer than I thought it was going to take me. So I haven't done any reading today. It's pretty late now. I haven't even eaten anything, so I need to like eat something and then I will be able to get back to reading this book. My first impressions though are that I am enjoying how weird it seems, because obviously you're following someone, a narrator who is talking about his very unusual friend. But also it's the way that the narrator is a very unusual person as well, whoever they are. The way that they think about things is also quite unusual. So that's going to be interesting, I think. Okay, so I was pretty bad at vlogging yesterday. And I feel like I might be pretty bad at vlogging again today, but we're going to give it another go. I did read a lot more of this. I read more of it last night. What did I get up to? Yeah, I got to about 50 pages and I'm enjoying it. I'm intrigued. I think it's an interesting commentary on who is insane in this kind of scenario, because we're hearing from the narrator, who is apparently like healthy and well, about his friend Fanny. And we know that also like very early on, you know, that Fanny has died, and so like he's kind of like looking back on her life and their friendship together. So still very intrigued. I think I will go again on a little walk and I'm going to bring my book to see if I stop and like have a chance to read anywhere. It's like not the best weather today. It's pretty grey and a little bit cloudy, but we'll see. Bring it anyway and see how we feel. Of course, I found myself in a bookshop browsing. I read this recently and it was awful. I'll talk about it in my wrap up. This is another international booker one, I think. Didn't get shortlisted. I love the shop, it's so nice. And I love these cards, especially this one. Stopping for a little coffee. A cute little coffee shop. Might do some reading. I just got this is bent in my bag, which is very annoying. Also picked up a free local newspaper that I've never seen before. Coffee has arrived. Continuing reading. I'm enjoying it. It's good. Found a little bookshop. Super cute. Always checking out what there is. Just found some good books in that little bookshop actually, which is such a fun thing about second-hand ones, is that I actually found like some for reading around the world that if I bought full price, they're like kind of hard to find and they're a bit expensive. But when you find them in a charity shop, it's so good. Found a book that I was looking for Sierra Leone, and I found one potential book that could be our book club book for next month, but we haven't fully done the voting on that for Azerbaijan, so I'm buzzing about that. Maybe I won't show them in this vlog because I will, this is supposed to be, you know, reading the shortlist specifically, but I will do a separate book haul and show you. I've got 4 books. Gorgeous. So many cute dogs in this park. Come to see the duckies. They're fighting. Oh my goodness. They are honking today. It's a bit too cold to wait in the park and read. I can hear them going. So might just carry on with the walk and then go home and get some reading done. I love looking in charity shops or vintage shops. Another bookshop in a little market now. It smells really good. Chipotle pit stop. Look how good that looks. Oh my god. I've been home for a bit and I've been reading and I'm about 100 pages in. I'll probably finish it today. It's the afternoon now. I was even in the garden reading for a bit, which was delightful. I'm still really enjoying this book actually. I think I'm enjoying it more than Perfection, which is interesting because I would have thought I would have enjoyed that one more. This one hasn't, it's not technically, it's not got any plot really. It's just kind of an exploration of this friendship. But I'm really enjoying the way it's written. I like the writing style, and it's got a very particular style. It's quite sparse, but very interesting thoughts and ideas. So enjoying it so far. I'll let you know probably when I finished it, because I'll probably finish it pretty soon. Okay, I've just finished this book. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I would say it's gonna not be for everyone, definitely. It's a quite intense character study, and also I think that this book was written in the wake of the author grieving her sister's death. So I think knowing that context, it definitely does colour it in a different way, gives it more of an emotional weight. But yeah, I enjoyed a lot of the writing, I enjoyed a lot of the reflections. It's very kind of not dreamlike, but kind of like very formless in terms of how it's written and it as a novel, but it does use some interesting techniques. Like the main character is called the narrator, who is different from the writer, which kind of like has this interesting remove about what's going on and like metafiction and that kind of thing, which I enjoyed. But I would say I'm rounding this up to a 4-star read. It's not like a full 4-star read, but I think overall I did enjoy this more than Perfection because it kept me more entertained. I was more interested and I liked the exploration of this character. So that is 2 books done, but I might give it a break. There might be a cut now to like a time in the future when I'm going to finish off this vlog, because I do have a few weeks before the winner is announced, so I do have some time. And I want to make sure that I'm giving these all the attention that they deserve. And I just feel quite low energy, honestly, in these clips. I feel like I'm not doing my best for this vlog. So I might take it a couple of days out, or maybe even a week out, give myself a break, and then read something else and come back to this vlog. I know I said I was going to take a little break in this vlog. I don't even want to tell you how long I haven't vlogged for. It's not in the days, it's in the weeks. It's been a while since I've picked up this vlog camera. Not vlog camera, it's just my phone. But since I picked up this vlog, because I've just been so busy, and I'm realising now that I need to get a move on, because the International Booker Prize shortlist is like, the winner is going to be announced really soon. So I need to get a move on and get reading these final 2 books for this vlog, and then do my full ranking and tell you which one's my favourite, basically. So it is a Saturday now, and I have gotten everything I need to do out of the way, and I've cleared my afternoon completely for reading. So I don't have that many hours left of the day, but I do have all day tomorrow as well. I'm going to try and get a huge chunk of reading done. What I kind of might do for the 2 remaining books, which if you remember are Heart Lamp and Under the Eye of the Big Bird. What I might do actually today, this afternoon, is read like 50 pages of each book, and then decide based on that which one I'm going to read today and tonight, and then read the other one tomorrow. Because I think that's kind of fun to like sample both of them and give you my first impressions. This one is short stories, like I've said before. So 50 pages I'll read the first 3 stories in this. That's about up to 60 pages. And then I'll also read about the first 50 to 60 pages of this one. And then I'll let you know what I think. So far out of the shortlist, I don't have like a clear front runner that I really, really want to win. So it'll be interesting to see where my ranking goes. I haven't disliked any of the books that I've read so far on the shortlist, so that's great. Like I think they're all really, really high quality, and definitely different people will enjoy different ones. But I also don't have a personal like, oh my god, you guys, you need to read this one. So I'll be interested to see what I think of these 2. But I'm gonna go down now, get settled on the sofa and get reading. I'm gonna literally turn off my phone though, so I probably won't vlog that much during, because I'm like having such a tough time focusing on reading lately, that I need to just like have 0 distractions. Gonna turn on some like ambient music and just knuckle down and read. Okay, the time is 4:30. I've got my water here. I'm gonna see how long it takes me to read the first few stories of this one, and I'll check in with you very soon. Okay, first 2 stories have been read. First impressions is very readable, but I'm a bit worried that the theme of this collection is just going to be men behaving awfully, to be honest, which is not my favorite. I'm liking the tone, I'm liking how it's written, and I'm liking learning more about, you know, this like southern India, and I like the translation so far as well. It's kept a lot, well, I can't tell obviously, but feels like it's kept a lot of the original language as well, which is nice. I like learning a bit about that as well. It's about 5:15, so I'll read another story and then I'm gonna switch over and read the first 50 pages of the other book as well. Okay, I've been reading for an hour and I've done 3 stories. I'm up to page... Yeah, it is just going to be all about men behaving really badly. And it got worse even. But the stories themselves are really good. And honestly, like I've read 3 of them really quickly in an hour. Normally with short story collections, it takes me a lot longer to kind of sit there and get into them. But they are really engaging. And the writing is kind of a mix between very straightforward, and then also there's some really beautiful lines. Like, I just quite liked this line that was... After laying the egg of light at dawn, the black hen of ignorance exited, rushing into the darkness to peck at grains and sticks. My favourite one so far was probably the first one, or maybe the second one. Wait, which one was the first one? I think my favourite one was the first one, which is Stone Slabs for Shaista Mahal. I'm gonna have a little break, maybe have a cup of tea, and then I'm gonna read the first 50 pages of this one. Okay, these are gonna be my reading snack. They're called Savvy Sweets, and they only have less, like they don't have that much sugar in. But I've had them before and they're actually really good for like little sour sweets. So I'd highly recommend if you try and cut down on sugar like me, because I've got the biggest sweet tooth, but they're actually a good little snack. So they're going to be my snack to start reading this one, which for some reason gives me winner. Like I feel like this one has a good chance of winning. So we're going to have a look. This one is a sci-fi dystopian story, and it is all about like a far future human society that is under kind of surveillance of the mothers. And I'm not sure if you're following like one character and if it's a traditional kind of like plotted out story. I have no idea about that, but we're gonna jump in and see. This one, if I had to guess on a favourite, would probably be this one, because I love a dystopian, I love the sci-fi. So we'll see how sci-fi it really is. This is what they look like. Tasty. I won't lie, I read 10 pages and then got distracted and went on TikTok. But I'm locking back in now. I'm locking back in. Okay, I've read the first 3 or 4 chapters of this one. I'm up to page about 60 and it's really good. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's very mysterious, it's very strange, and it's with every new thing you learn, it kind of unlocks the rest of it, which is really, really interesting. Like, it's definitely grabbed me, I would say, more than the other one. So I'm really going to carry on reading, but I'm going to have dinner first. But I'm really in the mood for chips, so I'm actually going to go. I don't have any in the freezer, so I might actually go to the chip shop and get some chips and then have it with my stuff that is in the fridge that I need to use up. By the way, don't look at this. Yeah, my new shelves, we're having an issue and I'm grieving it, so just don't look behind me, okay? Thanks. So it is a weird dinner. I've got some chips from across the road and then some stuff that I need to use up in the fridge, and then I've also got some chicken tenders. But they're still in the oven, and I'm going to eat this in stages. And I'm obviously also going to watch some Dropout while I'm eating dinner. So it's going to be gorgeous. And then I'll probably get back to reading. But I think I've actually done a good chunk of reading. I'm pretty pleased with where I've got to today. So unfortunately, I'm absolutely desperate for a sweet treat. So we're off to the shop. Don't tell anyone I'm in my pajamas. This is truly the height of fashion. Okay, decisions were made. I'm trying these new ones. And yes, I've got them open already. Okay, dinner is had, snacks are obtained, and like I said, I'm going to go back to reading the one that grabbed me the most, which is this one, Under the Eye of the Big Bird. And I feel like I want to keep reading it because I'm like figuring stuff out as I'm reading, so I want to keep going with it so that I feel more grounded in the story, because I think if I put it down now, I'll forget a lot by the time I pick it up later. So I'm going to keep reading. I read at least another chapter, but I'll let you know. I'm enjoying it so far though. I am now a quarter of the way through this book, and colour me intrigued. I'm quite enjoying it. It's really intriguing, and I just love like sci-fi dystopian like this, where everything kind of pieces together. Like, you're not following one main character, kind of as I suspected. You're following many different ones, all in Japan, or what used to be Japan. It's like still building up, and there are some characters that I think are linking, but I'm going to like go back and double check if they are linking or not. Some of them are like named characters that are linking together, which is kind of fun. The only thing that will annoy me about this one is if it builds to nothing. I don't like it when it just doesn't build to anything at all. But yeah, I'm a quarter of the way through, so making good progress, quite enjoying it. Hello, good morning, everyone. It is bright and early, as you can probably tell, and I'm about to go on a run, because I've been running lately. That's a new thing, probably, that I haven't talked about in the vlogs. I do very small, very slow little jogs instead of going on my daily walk, and it's quite delightful. Although I can't really be bothered today, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Today's the day where I'm really going to crack down and finish both of these books, hopefully today. So I read a little bit extra last night that I didn't update you on, but not much. I think I read one extra story from Heartlamp, which actually ended up being, I think, my favourite of them. Because it was a story all about this man and basically him being caught between his wife and his mother. I enjoyed that more than, I don't know, any of the ones involving like children and you know, a woman being trapped with a terrible man. Like, they're written very well, but they do just make me sad. So that one was probably my favourite so far, which was called, if you want to know, it was called A Decision of the Heart. And then I actually read one after that as well, called Red Lungi, which was all about circumcision, which was quite actually quite graphic as well. And then I read only a little bit more of Under the Eye of the Big Bird as well, and it continues to be good. It continues to develop. But first we need to go on a little run, and then maybe I'll fix this today as well. Oh, honestly, I don't want to talk about it. It's not going well today. Oh, if you thought for even a second I was gonna get changed out of this top just to make it sweaty again with a run, you were dead wrong. I do seriously need to buy more exercise clothes though, because I have like 2 tops to wear. So we're going out like this. Anyway, let's go run. Look who's coming in. Hello, baby. Hey, sweet girl. Smell this. I'm about to put a wash on. I also got a new picture, I think, that you haven't seen, which is kind of cute, right? This little cat up here. I started calling it Ozim, because it was the backwards of Miso. Speaking of the devil, she's right here. She's not gonna let me grab her. But now it's become Osmo. So this is Osmo, the cat. I got it for like a £5 in the charity shop, which is, by the way, the best place to get art. Unfortunately, I don't have either of the books as an audiobook because they're still too new and too, like, they're just not available anywhere. So I don't think I can listen to anything as I'm running, other than, oh, I'll listen to music, obviously. I'm not insane, but I do like to like get some audiobook hours in while I'm running. Not that I'm running for hours either. This is going to be like, you know, half an hour, little poodle around the park. But anyway, let's get going. I'll tell you how it is after. It's done. Oh my god. I did it. 5k. That was painful, but we did it. Okay, I'm back home and I just realised I PB'd. So that was pretty good. I think because I was listening to music, not my audiobook, I always run a bit faster listening to music. And I also had so much sugar last night. Well, you saw the nerd gummy clusters, but I also ate an entire chocolate bar, and I actually really think that helps. Like, without even noticing, I was just running faster because I like had sugar. I'll do that next time. I'm just gonna eat like nerd gummy clusters. But yeah, it was quite fun, even though it's hard. Like, I was like, my lungs weren't keeping up. My legs were okay, but my lungs weren't really keeping up with it. But I'm going to quickly shower now. And honestly, for this Sunday, it's just going to be fully focusing on reading as much as possible. What's surprising me actually is the one that I want to pick up more than the other is Hot Lamp. Might make myself a matcha. I've been making these like raspberry vanilla matchas, and they are so good. And I need to show you how to do it on a vlog because someone asked me for the recipe on Instagram, but I need to show you how to do it. Okay, I'm all showered and kind of ready for a cozy day of reading. Let's make some matcha. So firstly, this is the matcha powder I've been using. I can't technically recommend it because it's only the second matcha powder I've ever tried, and the first one was literally disgusting. So this one is obviously way better, but it was pretty expensive. So, but don't take my recommendation, you know, find your own matcha powder. I make my matcha also with one sweetener. I do like 1 click of these. Okay, so I do 1 scoop in there, and then I add my hot water. It has been boiled, but it's not currently boiling. Kind of eyeball it, and then I use this little whisk. I think these whisks aren't actually very good, like you're not supposed to use them. It's all I have, so that's all I'm using. Okay, then we prepare the glass. And I put some frozen raspberries in the bottom. I've just made up this whole thing, by the way, so don't take any advice from me. I do about that much, maybe a couple more. And then I add a tiny bit of the warm water. Like, I mean just a tiny bit. And then I kind of mush them up and make a little puree situation. Okay, and then once it looks kind of nice and gorgeous, then the vanilla comes in. And I do these flavor drops, that much. And then mix that in. Then we add ice, which I can't fit. So I'm devastated that my nice milk is gone off. So I have to just use almond milk. So this matcha is not going to be the ideal matcha. It's not going to be the matcha of dreams, but we'll try and deal with it. So anyway, we do a bunch of milk and then we do the matcha on top, and it has separated. This is why I don't use this milk. Okay, so that has devastated me, but we're not going to let it win. I am out of milk and out of ice, so I'm just gonna have to go to the shop, get more milk, get more ice, come back, remake the matcha, and I'm not gonna film it because that took way too long to film. Just cut now to me having a delicious matcha, hopefully, in the next clip. If I don't have a delicious matcha in my hand in the next clip, just know I'll have been screaming. We did it. We did it. Let's do a taste test. Should mix it really. Do a taste test. Mix it up. Colour looks good. Taste test. It's delicious. I love the chunks of raspberry. So delightful. Hell yeah. All right, we did it. We did it. Let's go read. Okay, we've set up the spot for a Sunday of reading. I'm going to start with Hot Lamp. The time is 11:20. We took a long time to get going today in the end. But Miso's here and we will read, and I'm going to check in after a couple of stories. Miso is keeping watch on her throne up there. Stopping for our lunchtime snack, and I'm close to finishing this book. Still really enjoying. Okay, I've just finished this book and it was actually really good, but whoa, pretty heavy, pretty dark. Especially that last story. Like, some of them have more light tone to them, but some of them obviously are really sad, and especially that last one. Like, it ends with just like a real stinker. But it was really beautifully written. I can really understand why this was nominated. It's a very powerful little book. If you're doing a Reading Around the World challenge and you have not read a book from India yet, I would highly recommend this because of the nature of the short stories. And it feels like a even though I've read a few different books from India before, like these all being specifically from the same region in India, like you really pick up a lot of the culture, the language, the, you know, customs and everything. And I would highly recommend this, especially if you're doing Reading Around the World challenge. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this a 4 maybe. I feel like maybe it's hovering around there. Like, I can't give it a 5. But I read it so much quicker than I thought I would, and I really did enjoy the writing of it. The mix between like very simple writing, but then also really like the translator kept a lot of the poetry in there. So that was good. Next up, obviously, we have to go back to this book, Under the Eye of the Big Bird. I think about a quarter of the way through this one. So I've kind of messed up this vlog and I've run out of time in which to read and get this video uploaded. So I'm so sorry. I never normally mess up this badly, but I have not yet finished this book and I need to upload this video today, basically. So it's just gonna be, it's not great, but we are just gonna persevere. I've read about a third of this book and unfortunately it's extremely intriguing to me and might be my favourite of the vlog, but it's the one that I haven't yet finished. But I'm still going to try and do a ranking and keep this one excluded from the ranking. But also this ranking is going to be really difficult anyway because I actually don't know. Like, none of the books are a 3-star and none of them are a 5. They're all around a 4-star read for me, which is really good because that's like an amazing rating for books. Like, just for your like knowledge, like I rate 3, like I still recommend 3-star reads. So if they're 4, like I'm saying, yeah, definitely read them. They're really, really good. I don't know how to rank these. Also, because it's been kind of months now, because I've been so bad at filming. So I can't remember a lot of the previous ones that I read like ages ago, unfortunately. Let me try and do a little ranking though for you. I am actually going to say maybe that this might be my favourite, or at least for now. I don't know, like I'm like a third of the way in and I'm thinking I'm going to put that at the top. I'm going to say that I want that one to win. And then after that, I mean, I know that this was the freshest in my mind, Heart Lamp, but that one, it would also be a very well-deserved win. But then also so would Small Boat. They're like ones that I'd feel really happy if I saw them win. But I wouldn't be upset with any of them winning, to be honest. This is really going to be, this is like kind of impossible to rank. I'm just going to say a ranking and just, you have to just know that this would just change significantly. So what I'm going to say is right at the top, let's put this one. We're putting this one at the top, even though that's very cheeky. Then we're going to put Small Boat, then Heart Lamp, then On the Calculation of Volume, then A Leopard Skin-Hat, and then Perfection. But that is like very difficult to do. That's a real like tough ranking. I don't like the fact that I've had to do that, but that's where I'm going to end because I've messed up this video and I can't finish this in time. But I'm going to also film on Tuesday a live reaction to the winner announcement, and I'm going to be doing like, I will have finished this by then, so stay tuned for that on Tuesday. I'm going to be doing a live reaction to whichever one wins, and I will tell you my final kind of like, obviously I'll do like a little prediction before, and then I'll tell you my final thoughts before I react to the winner as well. So I'm just really sorry that I messed up with this vlog so much. I've just had quite a hectic month. There's been a lot that's gone on and I was ill as well. So yeah, I'm really sorry if this vlog's really boring. But just know I have really tried. As always, thank you so much to my Patreons. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting this channel, for making this community such a wonderful place to be in. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you so much. If you're interested in joining the Patreon, there's always a link in the description if you want to check that out. Let me know if you've read any of these. What would your ranking be? If you hated any of them, tell me that. If you loved any of them, also tell me that. I want to know all of your thoughts on this, and also let me know which one intrigues you the most if you've not read any of them, which one you might pick up thanks to this video. I also would love to know that if I've influenced you any way. But other than that, I just want to say, leave a like on the video and make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already, and leave me a comment with anything interesting, and I guess I will talk to you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.